I did a little work on this scissor lift. This is a economy scissor lift, SPL26-60, and I actually used it quite a bit working on that barn when I was building it, but it was actually quite dangerous. I don't know if I can get a good... Anyway, these wires are completely missing insulation. They were arcing and shorting out when I was running it, and you can see I've just wrapped them all in electrical tape. But at the time, this was a few years ago, I think Snorkel might have, a company named Snorkel might have bought, I'm not quite for sure, but anyway, they sent me this little harness. So I've got two. I'm gonna, I would assume all that hydraulic fluid under there has probably destroyed the wiring insulation. So I was gonna try and, you know, rewire that the best I can, but also at the same time, that I'm pretty sure that hydraulic pump is bad, because when you try to work it, it's very slow. It's not even moving right now. You gotta help it up, but I'm gonna have to lift that up anyway to get in there, get the wiring off. But I'm not gonna, you know, show a lot of that on video. Probably just get it changed out and show you the after part. But I gotta figure out, take that pump off. And I actually saw a motor and pump for sale, like you just buy the whole thing. So that may be what I have to do, but I think first things first, I'll it smells all burned up in here too. Every time you run it, and you can smell heat. You smell something burning. Anyway, I'll take that pump off and take it apart and see if anything obvious stands out. Couple of safeties on it, so after you get it past a certain point, it will start to go up on its own. But it's been rigged over quite a few times over the years, so I'd like to see if I can maybe fix some of that. We'll see. There's some bizarre wiring going on here, but looking at the wiring diagram, the left turn should be black. It should be connected into one. I disconnected this wire, which is clearly not black. It's something with a white stripe. And it goes into this connector just to make sure something makes sense here. It's the middle wire on this plug, which is this wire right here. Yeah, and when I follow it back up to the harness that goes to the switch on the deck, it is indeed black. So I like that. That gives me a little more confidence in what's going on here. So I'll do that for the rest of these, just to make sure that what's going on here ties back up into there properly. Well, I've about got this separated here from this block down to this last wire. Seems like everything matches up here, but it looks like the speed valves have been abandoned on this block. And it looks like they repurposed. The speed valves are supposed to be black and red and black, and then white and black. But looks like they've repurposed the red and black into a ground, and that seems to be how they've done it, going to the top. And then also I noticed they used, it looks like they bypassed, I think maybe this is a speed valve controller, so when it gets, it's probably on here and then closes when it opens, when it gets that far. I think that's what goes on, but I think this might be a speed valve. I'm not for sure, but that is, they've bypassed this switch, and it looks like they've run it directly up there to this valve. So, but all these wires need to be replaced anyway. I'm gonna have to buy some more wire. This is not gonna be enough. So this is, I don't know what, wish they would have sent me twice as much. I don't know, maybe it will work. I don't think so though. Anyway. Okay, I'm back on this scissor lift. Got it up in the air, and I climbed up there and got the handle down. Actually bought a new handle, a new joystick, because on the other one, I have to find it. Actually, I might have thrown it away by now, but I wasn't getting continuity on some of the speeds, the speed A and B, which is probably why this thing was rewired to just go straight to the speed coils. I think it was always in speed mode. Anyway, regardless, it's got I've got it wired up here. I've bought this harness, which is actually terrible, but I'd already gotten it, so I'm using it. This stuff seems a lot better. This stuff, right, I didn't realize this is what I got from Snorkel, but this is Belden, B-E-L-D-E-N 9621. It's just off the shelf 9-wire harness, and it seems a lot more better at resisting hydraulic fluid than you know, what was on it, whatever somebody put on it at some point. So anyway, I'm gonna splice these two together with a quick connect, and I got another well, they're not they're Metro packs, so I crimped this on to this harness. This wire harness I bought, the colors match up, but I didn't realize this was off the shelf. I would have bought it. Now this is like $9 a foot, whereas this stuff I bought was like $1 a foot, so big difference in quality, I could tell. But I got it, so that's what I'm going to use. And I got a 10-pin harness, and I tied in this brown wire for a ground. Not that you really need a ground. This is all one ways for power. So you bring power in, and then as you turn the joystick or flip it between up and down, it just powers the various selections. I did get this kill switch, which is normally closed, and everything I've got on here is just I just crimped it, and I soldered it, and then did heat shrink tubing, just what I had available. So I'm gonna have to get this stuck through here. I'll probably make some plates to go over this, and now back onto this half of it. I'm just using what I got from the manual, which is a little picture of some valves back up in here. Try to match those up, and then of course the wiring diagram. So Guess I'll get back on it, see where I land. And see, I didn't realize this was just industry standard wire coloring. If you get a 9-pin, I forgot the actual standard ice tube or something like that, but this industry standard is just available from a wire manufacturer. Now, I went and bought, you know, individual marine hydraulic resisted wiring for this inside of here, which should be fine. It's tinned and color coded to match what's going on in here. So, man, if I ever have to do it over again, obviously I'll get some of this, because this seems to be a lot better. Yeah, for these, I've just, you know, taken these. It looks like somebody's, the book has them in like this. I can't tell if you can see, the light seems to be a little uncooperative. Anyway, the book has them facing in the middle, but somebody's flipped these all out. But it looks like you can do it either way. I'm gonna flip them back in the middle like the book has it. I just took my took my screwdriver here and popped this out. And you can just pull this out. I'm just going to follow this wiring, bridge these two, and make that one power. So no, you would think one would be ground. I don't know, but either way, it's going to go in like that. Gonna go in like that, and then I'll just, when I go back, should be able to just flip that in. Should be fine. So that's the plan anyway. Oh, also, I'm just back double checking. The book says, so the book says the upper left is, you know, this guy right here. Looks to be a forward valve. So I took the wire and I just chase it and give it a little tug and see which one I'm tugging on. And that one is blue, which looks like I've got tied into the forward. And yeah, blue is forward. So looks like I'm on the right path here. Alright, there we go. Got blue coming in, up and out through this little gang, and then up into this solenoid, and then I got it turned in. No problem. So I just got that about 7-8 more times. It was a little weird. I took this one off down on the bottom here, and it's the down valve, and it was clipped. But there's also lowering valves. So I'm wondering if they may have just put those up here to lower it. So I don't know, but I'm gonna wire it back into the down green. Hopefully that works okay. Probably once this thing gets powered up, if I did everything right, I guess we'll find what surprises lie ahead. But I checked everything else, and all these wires that are still tied up are going to their, you know, they matched the book. So we'll just wire it up the way the book says and see what happens. Not quite sure where I left this off. It's been a Yeah, it feels like a few months. Probably has been. But I got all these wired up, and I've got the main switch on. There's still some more wiring to do, but it seems like the down circuit is not working, and you can lift it up. But when you go to push down, I'm not for sure if I hear it. Sounds like the solenoid is trying to do something. So that solenoid probably pulls a valve. This is up, this is down. But the emergency down works, which comes from somewhere up here, probably here. I think what I'm going to try to do is, I thought this was separable. The solenoid separates from the actual block, the whatever valve, but I'm not quite for sure how. So look at taking this off and see maybe if I can swap these and see what it does. It behaves differently, or maybe it's just dirty. Maybe something's dirty in there causing it to not go down. We'll see. Oh. Did I get it? Nope, I didn't. This one's broke. I gotta get it back. It looks like this 5/32 it's pretty close to the 4mm, so let's try it. Let's try not to break it. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's turning. Okay, oh, won't be able to get down there. Ooh, that's not good. That one's broke. That is not good.
So what are we working on?
We're working on the scissor lift.
Daddy.
What? Ooh, nice black shirt, just like Dad. And work hat. Nice. Ready for repair.
Yeah.
Oh, you got my hat on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good sign. No fluids. Well, it is kind of leaking out. How much are we going to lose? Okay, there we go. Alright, that's what the other side looks like. It's just a valve.
Okay.
Goes back and forth
What
and
do we
sends
do
fluid
first?
one way or the other. Okay. Tutting. Alright, this is bleeding out down here. Probably just residual. Let's see if we can make this thing work. Let's see if I do. Let's see. Where's my... Okay, this should be my down. Down is green. So if I put this on. Okay. Let's see what happens when I push down. Nothing. Oh!
What happened?
I just got shot with hydraulic fluid.
It's hydraulic fluid.
Fluid.
Bad. Fluid, yeah, bad.
I shouldn't wear these shorts.
What I meant to do. That. Nothing. I just, look at me. I just got hosed down. Dummy. Oh, well.
It's still going.
Yeah, it's just bleeding. It's just a little bit. Be working. I gotta have the block against the negative. We put it against the negative. I see the valves moving. I don't know what that means. So this works. Yeah, I'll have to go inside and get washed up. Alright, turns out I just was making my own issue. I'm supposed to tie these wires into the down valves, this whole green. Alright, I got this thing covered with Teflon tape. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, then that'll tell me it's probably a pressure relief valve. Alright, this is an O-ring. Where's the thing? This is supposed to be an O-ring. If this doesn't work, I'll switch. Okay, I better get back. Oh. Oh yeah, it's not doing too good. It's building about 1500 and dropping off. I'll have to read the manual and see what it's supposed to build. Okay, so the book says something like it should be getting 2000 or 2300, I think. So that's the relief valve setting. So this pump probably should be putting out 3000. So I feel like I'm onto something here. And then there was mention in the book about adjusting the pressure, but that was on the relief valves, which are, I don't know, somewhere else. But I feel like this pump is our culprit. So I'm gonna get it. There's a part number on it down here, and 2670017 seems to be what it is. But I think I'm gonna take it apart. I think I'm gonna take it apart and see what else I can figure out. Just gonna undo these 4 bolts. I already broke this one free. Oh, dang, that's not working out, is it? Doing something. Okay. Whoa, leaking. Yep, she's leaking. It's probably just gonna be some residual. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, that's a good sign. Looks like this 1/4" socket fits it. Yeah, okay. 12 point. But not every. I'm gonna have to. I want it to go down into every. Okay, we'll have to wash that out. gear pump. It looks pretty good. Nothing's really sticking out at me as a problem. So something that's kind of interesting is how that's worn down right there. That's really ground up. And that is probably, perhaps, it's doing the same thing down there. That's probably what's causing the low pressure, or the dropping, the pressure dropping off. Alright, so here's that pump. Sorry, here's that motor. Get the pump mounted and get her installed. Alright, let's get this motor on. I believe it goes like this. Hopefully, let's get that turned around. There we go. Oh. Okay, nothing too impressive, but I did kind of wash this out and scrape it out the best I could. It's got like grout in it or something, but anyway, just probably the only chance I'll have to get it relatively clean. So, put the motor in. Alright, get over here, monster motor. Okay. Alrighty, there's that. Let's get the wires on. Let's get you on. One. Other one's got a negative on it, if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, these cables have been saturated in hydraulic fluid, so they really need to be replaced. Put these wires on and test her out. Alright, I got everything hooked up now. Let's see what's broke. I don't have that tightened up though. Let's see if I can prime this a little bit with some hydraulic fluid. I don't know if this is the way to do this. Okay, I think we're ready for round 2. I think it's drawing anything through. Okay, I just found a big problem. And that is, I've got no fluid up to the, you can't really see the tube in there. But anyway, it's not reaching the tube, so that's why it's not drawing any through. So I'll have to put some in it, and I can't remember what it is. It's like something a little heavier. I'll have to look. So fill that up and then try again. All right, I got some 32 ISO 32 hydraulic oil here, and it seems kind of thin, but that's what the book calls for. So I'm just gonna drain. There's just a little bit left in the bottom here, maybe right there. I'm gonna drain it all out. The dip tube can't reach it, but I'm just gonna get it out and just pour. This is just about, this probably holds about 8 gallons. I got I'm just gonna put 5 gallons in it and just maybe get a bunch of fresh oil in there. And if I wanted to get maybe something a little thicker, but I'm just gonna go with this for now. Probably would have helped the pump if I got something thicker, but I'm just going with what the book says for now. All right, I better get a wrench to back that up. Won't break that plastic jug. All right. Oh, dang it. Not a really good way to hold that, is there? Oh, oh man. At least just to break it free. Dang. There we go. All right. See if we can flip it back up. See if this is gonna work. I think so. Oh, there we go. That might work. I think this thing's had so much fresh hydraulic fluid put in it to replenish it. It looks pretty good actually. I'm not even gonna worry about it. All right, let's get her filled up. Yeah, that's it. Oh, she's almost full. Okay, that ought to work. All right, let's see what we got here. Definitely sounds different. Okay, new motor. I'm barely running. I'm not even running 1,000 pounds, so I'm half off. So, and I bet you I was getting like 1,200 pounds before. I bet you they were running a heavier oil. So back to finding a pump now. Well, what I should have done 6 months ago, I finally did, especially when there was parts available. I just broke down and went to the dealer or the manufacturer and got a pump. And the funny thing is, G1124 Charlie 1 Alpha 300 N00. That's exactly, yeah, November of 21. That's exactly the pump I've been trying to get. And I tried to get it straight from the manufacturer, but that wasn't happening. So $500 for a $250 pump. So that's all you can do. So I'll go ahead and get the fittings on, figure out which way it goes, and then we'll get it installed and see if this is a waste of money or fixes the problem. So my motor will turn this counterclockwise. So once it's plugged in, no matter how it's plugged in, if I put it down, I want to put it up though, because it's easier to install when it's up. And if it turns counterclockwise, I can look inside that pump and you can see that the gears are you know, their gears are rotating away from the center, which means that's my entrance. This would be the enter. You would think drawing it in like that, you look at it and you think, oh, that's squeezing it to the middle, but that's not the truth. That's not how they work. the fluid goes around the outside. So if you stick the pump in like that, and it turns clockwise, then it needs to go down. Yeah, so that's the exit. This is the exit. So well, I guess regardless, it's gonna have to go down. I don't get a choice in the matter. So luckily I bought this one. I bought this ginormous, this is like 7/8 O-ring, I think. Can't remember. And then 7/8 to 3/4 intake. So there we go. Okay, pump is in. So if this doesn't do it, I don't know what will. I'll have the camera off. I guess not really. The only way to really do this is I had to flip this motor around to get those bottom bolts. Guess I'll just I don't know. There's really no reason to have you up close here. Let's put you back here and see if it works. No bueno. Okay, I think the battery's dead. I just put the charger on it and it is really charging it, and it was 23.7 volts, so it's probably pretty low. So I think while it's charging, probably take overnight. I'm gonna get in there and fix this lowering wire. This wire right here needs to be replaced. Let's see if I can get this off, this solenoid, and redo this connection right here. Hopefully. I think I'll just try to strip it and put some like shrink on it. I want to see if I can get it off. See if I can work on it like that. Okay, I got this threaded off the back here, and I got a part number here if I need to order one. Hopefully, but this just slips right off. Let's see if I can fix that wire here that broke off. Okay, got it soldered up, and I'll put some heat shrink on it and have me a little extra lead there. Hopefully it'll work all right. Looks okay though.
And then when you come back to get us.
Okay, I got this drop solenoid rewired. I've got the battery charged up overnight. I did bump it last night while it was on the charger. I couldn't help just to see what it would do, and it did kind of bump up. So let's see, I'll do it for the official rise. We'll see if it's gonna rise up, how it works. The ground. Oh, ground's not really that good. Pretty good. Drop it all the way down. That's going to be the real test. Oh, that's good. that down circuit in. So the only problem, or at least I think the problem might be, is I've got to get some of these speed valves hooked up, because it was having to do it with its own or minimal fluid. I don't know, we'll see. There's still some valves that need to be hooked up, so that aren't hooked up, so I have to figure that out. Alright, continuing with the wiring here, I'm going to assume these valves back here are speed valves A and B, which only work when the platform is down. So this makes the connection to ground, which will activate those speed valves and I assume let more flow through the system. But once the lift gets this high, whatever it is, 6 feet or something, then the speed valves are disabled. So I think that's what those two are. The book shows one speed valve back there, and since there's 2 coils, 2 of these coils, I'm gonna assume one's A and one's B. So we need to get the wiring fixed on these as well. These wires look a little better though, so it don't look like it's gonna be too difficult to fix that. Well, I've got the speed coils back there hooked up, and then I've got one down, and there's 2 solenoids up in here, and I guess they're both down solenoids, but I think the speed valves are really working good, because that thing, I just sent it up and it really just flew up. So let's see if it works. That was pretty exciting. Ugh, my back. Fast. Huh. So I guess when this valve clicks up, it must send the speed coils to ground. I guess, I don't know. But anyway, seems to be working real well now. Alright, let's see if this thing's gonna work. I've got the remote on that I've rewired underneath, and a new remote, and say a new remote, new stop, all new wiring under here. This cheap wire I bought, it's no good, but I got it pinned and plugged in here so I can disconnect it and put it up. Okay, let's put the lid on and see if this thing's gonna move. Let's see here. I don't know the best view here. Oh well. Nothing. Oh, what am I thinking? Splice these 2 together. Still gotta splice this together. Alright, let's try that. I'll get those spliced together and then we'll try again. Alright, well I've just decided to pin this thing because these little heat shrink things aren't cooperating. This is real oily, and I think that's making it, oh, I bust my head on that. Anyway, I think that's making it impossible to solder together and shrink it. Anyway, I'm just gonna make it a splice, and hopefully that'll be useful in the future. First things first is get all these seals on. got my now that I've got my seals on, I'll pin. I don't know how well you can see it from clear over there, but I'm going to pin these down. And I've modified this. These are Metri Pack, I can't remember, Metri Pack, and these are weather packs. And I've modified my weather, well actually my weather pack tool will crimp these, it's just a little finicky. But I had to take the guide block off because the guide blocks don't work, so you have to freehand it. It's not impossible, but now what I need to do is probably label these, what color's what, because these are got A, B, C, D through F, K. So I'm going to label the colors with this one up here and have a sheet so I don't get them mixed up. Alright, I got my A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J labeled. Now, just come down here and pin them in. And I'm using this one. Yeah. I think that's what I decided on. Yeah, I have to, because it's so A is black. Just spread these apart and slip this little lock in. Spread all my wires out here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and throw that ground in. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that ground in, and then I'll put that on. Alright, I went ahead and threw that ground wire on there. There was a solid ground wire coming. I don't know if somebody added it later or what, but I'm gonna go ahead and splice it in here. I went ahead and cut it, and I'm putting it into this harness down here. So we just get this, separate all the wires into their home. Okay, I got this one on. Went ahead and strung a new ground. There's a ground that goes up the scissors, so whatever, up the bot. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You want to ground the platform to the batteries down here. I don't know why they didn't do a 10-wire harness, and yeah, ridiculous. Guess it was an afterthought. So plug it in, and I guess I need to get this grounded, then I'll plug it in and we'll take it for try number 2. Let's see if this thing's gonna drive. Get a drink here. I think it's ready. Stand back in case it takes off. No, I'm joking. I hope not. Let's see if this is gonna work.
Now make sure to head the right way. Don't cross all of your work.
Not doing anything. Oh, I know what the problem is. I've got the I gotta close the freewheeling valve. It's just passing fluid, so I can pull it around. It's closed. But I got, no, you need this until I get it. I need to close this valve right here. There we go. This is what bypasses the wheel pumps, or gear driven. Let's see if this thing drives. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4th try. Everything ready?
4th try.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what
Thought
it
this
does.
was 2nd try.
What do you think? You think it's gonna run?
Yep. Oh, yeah! Whoa.
Well, it drives, but not very well.
Can it go up and down?
I took the batteries out and I straightened this box up. It was something, they had drove over something and had tweaked it back, and I thought it was going to be difficult to do, and all I did was just bolted it down to my trailer, and then I just basically just jerked on it till it went back into square. I took the batteries in, had them tested, and they all tested bad, so I got a new set of batteries, so I'll get those thrown in. Put 2 on this side and 2 on the other. See if I can remember how to do this. With my roll this in, get the charging cable. Oh, there we go. This one. I'm missing one. It doesn't go in far enough. Okay. Looking good. See if it's got enough battery to drive. Same with the camera too. May not have enough battery to film. Make sure the power's on. Power's on. Pretty good. Well, it's driving pretty good. I don't know if the, I'm not for sure if the, this tripod's pretty low. Step back. I'm not for sure if it did need batteries, because the batteries were bad, but it's actually never driven on its own. Even when I put brand new batteries in it 5 years ago, it couldn't really drive on its own. So either those batteries I bought went bad immediately, or it needed a pump, and I think it needed a pump, but we'll see. I kind of got to use it. It's been down all winter, and I'd like to use it now, so I'll probably do some more work to it later on. I wanted to get tires, but since I had to spend $600 on batteries, I'll probably hold off on the tires. We'll just see how it does. I'm going to drive it for a little bit and then make a decision on where to go.